Hi, I'm Dave, and I know wrestling. Do you want a celebrity that's been hated long before he ever became a wrestling heel? Do you want a celebrity that makes Ronda Rousey look like a dedicated full-time wrestler? And do you want a celebrity that proves that even E-drones like flips too? Then allow me to introduce to you my client for Dave Knows Wrestling's Honest Promos. Ominous Prime, not Mr. Beast, better not call Paul, the WWE's latest celebrity experiment, Logan Paul. Behold, another in a long line of skinny blonde douchebags that WWE just can't help but push for some reason, despite none of them being able to draw. Now hold on, because this one is a very popular influencer, and he was brought on to bring up WWE's social media score. Only he hasn't managed to accomplish any of that. As CM Punk, The Rock, Dominic Mysterio, and a whole host of other WWE superstars routinely bring in higher YouTube views on WWE's channel than Logan Paul does. They even outdraw him on his own channel too. Reminds me of that time where WWE thought that Jinder Mahal was going to bring in Indian audiences. Wait, does Jinder have more YouTube views than Logan Paul too? Man, old business types really can't seem to figure out that internet fame doesn't always translate to actual fame. In fact, it rarely does. Not only that, but this also isn't even Logan Paul's first foray into failure, as his Crypto Zoo game was a complete debacle. All of his movies bomb! And remember that time he tried to be a musician? Moreover, even though he went into the world of professional boxing and got completely destroyed by Floyd Mayweather, WWE saw this, and instead of humbling him, they opted to push him and have him have competitive matches against established wrestlers. Take that, Inokiism. Although, let's remember that he's not a total flop with all of his outside ventures, as he does have some success with his Prime energy drink, even though there's a pending lawsuit about it not being fit for human consumption. But at least it gets put right in the center of WWE rings. Too bad that's the only thing he sells in the ring. Now, that does beg the question, if he's sponsoring WWE with his Prime drink, does that mean he's paying WWE to be there? Well, that would make sense as the only reason why they still keep him on. And I thought Tony Khan was a money mark. Forget about all that. Let's just focus on how he wrestles, because he does do an amazing buckshot lariat, and he can really jump to the outside. And that's really all it takes in today's day and age for a modern fan to call you a good wrestler, as today's audience often conflates athleticism with in-ring ability and completely ignores selling and storytelling. And it would appear that Logan Paul ignores both of those things too. I guess he really is a fan. And so, while the anti-AEW crowd is real quick to dismiss the Young Bucks and Will Ospreay as flippy-dippy spot monkeys, Logan Paul gets a pass because he's not in AEW, I guess? Face it, Marks, if you think that this YouTube jerk-off is a good wrestler, then that probably proves that you would have no problem with WWE giving the US belt to Justin Bieber, so long as he could do a backflip. But wait, I know, Logan Paul is pretty decent at getting heat, right? Of course, in that regard, we also have to forget that the purpose of getting heat is in order to make the babyface more over. And just look at the wonders that Logan Paul did for Ricochet. Got him so over that he had to leave the company. They say he saved them in their match, but did he? Did he? Plus, let's also remember just how bad Logan Paul is at being a babyface himself. I mean, let's be real, he's not getting heat, he's just naturally hateable. Even though that's the same thing in the mind of many WWE marks.
Alright, you need to think really carefully about what you're doing right now.
Talk, officer!
Yeah, real beacon of acting talent there, huh? But you know what? It is rather odd that he can't connect on a more meaningful level. After all, it's not like he has a brain injury that prevents him from having empathy, and therefore he can't convey emotions properly. Oh wait, because he's claimed exactly that. Now look, having a disorder is unfortunate, but being able to empathize with your audience is something that some people might find, I don't know, useful when it comes to working with a crowd? And look, I'm allowed to make fun of his inability to have empathy. As a guy who makes honest promos, it's pretty clear that I don't have any either. Let's go back to wrestling, and let's look at all the good work that he's done with the United States Championship. Because after Bobby Lashley did a great job of really elevating it, we can always count on flemwads like him and Austin Theory to make sure that that belt never gets too prestigious. We would hate for that to happen. Although, there was the time where he tried to sell that title belt. Perhaps he really does know its value.
I don't know the history behind this belt. I'd do 100,000 for this.
But seriously, I don't know how much more of this I can take. If WWE continues to push him, you might just find me hanging out in his next Force video. In the end, if you want an influencer who admitted that he's not comfortable on the microphone, an influencer who The Rock says he wants nothing to do with, but yet he's still in the company for some reason, and an influencer who am definitely young enough to know who he was before he signed with WWE. Then allow me to introduce to you my client for Dave Knows Wrestling's Honest Promos. 80s mom hair, not Jake, one lucky bitch, WWE's latest misguided use of a celebrity, Logan Paul. If WWE was looking for internet clout, why didn't they try a wrestling YouTuber? Hook up my man Brian Zane.